There is a quiet mystery surrounding chosen women, one that cannot be fully explained by genetics, skincare, or lifestyle alone. You may have noticed it yourself. While time seems to press heavily on others, it treats you differently. Years pass, yet your face retains softness, your eyes remain bright, and your presence carries a freshness that confuses people. They ask for your age, then pause in disbelief when you answer. This is not vanity, and it is not coincidence. It is spiritual. Chosen women carry something deeper than youth. They carry alignment. When the Creator sets a mark on a woman, it shows not only in her spirit, but in her body. Stress does not age her the same way. Trauma does not settle permanently in her features. Life may test her, but it does not drain her essence. What you see on the outside is simply the overflow of what has been protected on the inside. Divine peace slows spiritual aging. Chosen women are taught early, sometimes through pain, how to return to peace. This lesson is rarely learned in comfort. It is learned in moments when chaos presses in, when uncertainty surrounds them, and when the world demands a reaction. Through those moments, something sacred is formed inside them, the ability to retreat inward and reconnect with the Creator rather than panic outward. This inner return to peace becomes a reflex, not a performance. Even when life is loud, their spirit knows where silence lives. Chronic stress is one of the fastest agers of the human body. It tightens muscles, disrupts hormones, and keeps the nervous system locked in survival. But chosen women are trained, through repetition and revelation, to step out of survival mode. Peace, for them, is not passive. It is active alignment. When the soul feels safe, the body responds by softening. Blood pressure lowers, breathing deepens, the face relaxes. The eyes regain clarity, the body stops bracing for impact. Peace renews cells, not because it erases hardship, but because it prevents hardship from taking permanent residence. A woman who knows how to rest in the Creator does not internalize every threat. She learns what to carry and what to release. This discernment protects her system from unnecessary wear. Over time, this preservation shows. Her movements remain fluid. Her presence remains gentle. Her energy remains inviting. When your soul is not constantly in survival mode, your body does not harden. Many people age not because of years, but because of constant tension. Their shoulders remain raised. Their jaws stay clenched. Their hearts stay guarded. Chosen women learn to lay those defenses down in the presence of God. Peace becomes preservation, not just spiritually but physically. It becomes a shield against premature aging, emotional exhaustion, and spiritual depletion. This is not magic, it is alignment. And alignment always sustains life. Emotional wisdom prevents bitterness. Bitterness ages people quickly. It seeps into the body slowly but relentlessly. It tightens the jaw from unspoken words, darkens the eyes from unresolved pain, and weighs down the posture with emotional heaviness. Over time, bitterness becomes visible, not because the person wants it to be, but because the body cannot hide stored resentment forever. Chosen women learn this early, often by witnessing what bitterness does to others before it ever claims them. Chosen women are not spared pain. They experience betrayal, disappointment, rejection, and loss like anyone else, sometimes more intensely. What separates them is not the absence of hurt, but the presence of emotional wisdom. They learn how to process instead of poison themselves. They feel deeply, but they do not camp in resentment. They allow emotions to move through them rather than harden inside them. This movement keeps the spirit flexible and the body responsive. Forgiveness is not weakness for them. It is hygiene. Just as the body requires cleansing to remain healthy, the spirit requires emotional release to remain light. Chosen women understand that holding on to anger is like carrying unnecessary weight. It slows them down. It dims their joy. It etches itself into their features. So they choose release, not because offenders deserve it, but because their future does. By refusing to store emotional toxins, their spirit stays light. Their laughter comes easier. Their expressions remain soft. Their presence does not feel heavy or defensive. Even when they are serious, there is no bitterness behind their gaze. This emotional clarity protects them from aging prematurely. Where others develop hardness, they develop depth. Where others grow rigid, they grow refined. Their appearance reflects this inner cleanliness. Lightness shows. Peace shows. Openness shows. Emotional wisdom becomes a form of beauty that does not fade with time. It matures, it deepens, it radiates. And bitterness, denied entry, never gets the chance to carve its mark into their face or soul. Strong intuition protects their energy. Chosen women do not overextend themselves forever. In their early seasons, they may give too much, explain too often, and stay too long in spaces that drain them. But intuition matures with experience, and at some point, it becomes unmistakably loud. It begins to speak before exhaustion sets in. It warns before depletion becomes damage. This intuition is not anxiety. It is intelligence rooted in spirit. Strong intuition teaches chosen women when to disengage without guilt. They learn to recognize subtle energy leaks, conversations that leave them tired, environments that feel heavy, relationships that demand more than they give. Over time, they stop forcing connections that require self-betrayal. They stop explaining boundaries that were already felt. This discernment saves them from emotional labor that the body would otherwise pay for later. Energy preservation is youth preservation. The body ages fastest when it is constantly compensating for emotional overload. Chosen women eventually stop volunteering for exhaustion. They learn that access is sacred. Not everyone deserves proximity. Not every situation deserves their presence. When intuition leads, the nervous system relaxes. The body no longer braces, vitality is restored. When you stop giving access to people who exhaust your spirit, your body stops paying the price for unnecessary emotional labor. Sleep improves, hormones stabilize, creativity returns, the face softens, the eyes brighten. Intuition becomes a protective gatekeeper, filtering what enters the inner world. This protection is not selfish, it is stewardship. Strong intuition keeps chosen women from aging through overexposure. It teaches them when to rest, when to withdraw, and when to engage fully. This rhythm preserves their glow. They do not burn out, they refine. They do not fade, they focus. And the body honors this wisdom by remaining resilient and alive. 4. Alignment with purpose keeps them alive inside. Many people age because they're disconnected from purpose. Their days feel heavy, repetitive, and hollow. They wake up tired not from effort, but from emptiness. When life lacks meaning, the spirit disengages and the body follows. Chosen women may face uncertainty, but they are rarely purposeless. Even in confusion, they are guided. Chosen women carry an internal compass. Their spirit knows it is on assignment even when the destination is unclear. This sense of calling fuels them from within. Purpose activates life force. It keeps curiosity alive. It keeps posture upright. It keeps the eyes alert and searching. A woman who knows she matters does not collapse inward. Purpose gives suffering context. It prevents despair from settling permanently. When challenges arise, chosen women interpret them through meaning rather than defeat. This interpretation protects their vitality. They do not feel wasted. They feel refined. This inner engagement keeps them mentally sharp and emotionally alive. Alignment with purpose keeps the inner world energized. The body responds to engagement. Muscles stay responsive. Movements stay intentional. There is an aliveness that cannot be mimicked by youth alone. Even as years pass, purpose keeps them animated. They are not just existing, they are becoming. A woman who knows she matters does not wither easily. Purpose becomes her anchor, her fuel, and her renewal. It sustains her when circumstances fluctuate. It keeps her spirit upright, and the body follows the lead of the spirit. Alignment does not stop time, but it makes time meaningful, and meaning always sustains life. 5. They heal instead of suppress. Chosen women are forced, by life or by spirit, to face their wounds. Avoidance is not an option for them. Where others learn to numb, distract, or deny, chosen women are repeatedly brought back to what hurts until it is transformed. This is not cruelty, it is refinement. Suppression ages the body because buried pain does not disappear, it relocates. It settles into the nervous system, stiffens the muscles, and quietly reshapes the face over time. Healing, by contrast, renews the body. Chosen women are guided, sometimes unwillingly, into emotional honesty. They cry when tears are necessary. They grieve what was lost. They confront memories others refuse to touch. This confrontation releases trapped energy. Tears released are wrinkles delayed because emotion allowed to move does not fossilize in the body. What flows out does not carve itself in. Processing pain, instead of burying it, keeps the nervous system flexible and the heart open. Chosen women learn that unexpressed sorrow turns into chronic tension. They do not confuse strength with silence. They understand that healing requires movement, emotional, spiritual, and sometimes physical. This movement keeps their inner world alive and adaptable. What others hide shows up on their faces later. Years of swallowed grief eventually reveal themselves through hardness, bitterness, and fatigue. But what chosen women confront leaves their system and never settles into their features. Their faces tell stories, but not burdens. Their eyes hold depth, not heaviness. Their expressions reflect release, not repression. Healing is not a one-time event. It is a lifelong posture. Chosen women revisit their wounds when necessary, not to reopen them, but to ensure they remain clean. This hygiene of the soul preserves the body, where suppression accelerates aging, healing slows it. The body mirrors the courage of the spirit, remaining soft, responsive, and alive. They carry joy that is not circumstantial. Chosen women carry joy that is not circumstantial. This joy does not depend on outcomes, seasons, or approval. It is not denial, it is depth. It is joy that has survived disappointment and returned stronger. This joy is earned, not borrowed. It emerges after loss, after grief, and after endurance. It is not fragile. She laughs even after loss, not because she has forgotten pain, but because pain did not erase her capacity for delight. She smiles without apology, not because life has been easy, but because despair did not win. This joy is not childish optimism. It is spiritual resilience. It is the kind of joy that has been tested and proven durable. Joy relaxes facial muscles, brightens the eyes, and softens expressions. It releases the body from chronic defense. Where sadness tightens, joy loosens. Where fear contracts, joy expands. This physiological effect is visible. A chosen woman glows not because she tries to, but because joy moves freely through her. This joy makes a woman magnetic without effort. People feel lighter around her. Her presence calms rather than drains. This is not performative positivity. It is grounded joy. It holds sorrow and celebration simultaneously. It knows how to grieve and still believe. This kind of joy cannot be faked, and it cannot be taught. It is imparted. It is transmitted through experience with the divine. It grows quietly, steadily, and authentically. Over time, it becomes a stabilizing force within her body. It slows aging by reminding the system that life is still worth engaging, and engagement keeps the spirit and the body young. 7. Their spirit is guarded by the Creator. When the Creator assigns a woman to carry light, he protects the vessel. This protection is not always visible, but it is always active. There is divine covering over her mind, body, and spirit. Threats that could have destroyed her are redirected. Burdens meant to crush her are moderated. This supervision is intentional. What was meant to break her is filtered. She may still feel pressure, but not devastation. She may still experience trials, but not annihilation. This filtering preserves her system. Trauma that could have aged her rapidly is softened before it reaches her core. The nervous system remains intact because it is guarded. What was meant to age her is shortened. Seasons of suffering do not linger indefinitely. Relief arrives at critical moments. Strength is renewed before collapse. This does not mean her life is easy. It means it is supervised. Divine oversight prevents cumulative damage. Protection slows wear and tear on every level. Mentally, she is preserved from despair. Emotionally, she is shielded from hopelessness. Physically, her body responds to the safety her spirit perceives. This safety allows rest, recovery, and renewal. Chosen women may not recognize this protection immediately, but over time, patterns become clear. Near misses, timely exits, unexpected relief. These are not coincidences, they are coverings. And the body honors protection by remaining resilient, responsive, and alive longer than expected. 8. They are not competing with time. Chosen women do not fight aging in fear. They flow with seasons in trust. They understand that resistance creates tension, and tension accelerates aging. Fear of time hardens the face and tightens the spirit. Acceptance softens it. When a woman is not afraid of time, time is gentle with her. They do not obsess over youth or chase relevance. They allow evolution. Each season is embraced for what it offers. This relationship with time keeps stress low and peace high. The body thrives in this environment. Fear accelerates aging because it keeps the nervous system alert and defensive. Acceptance allows rest. When chosen women trust divine timing, their bodies relax into grace. Youth stays with them, not as appearance but as vitality. Grace replaces desperation, and grace always looks fresh. Desperation strains the face. Grace smooths it. This trust preserves beauty beyond years. They age, but they do not deteriorate. They mature without losing vibrancy. Time becomes an ally, not an enemy. And allies do not harm each other. Their light is recognized by the body. The body responds to spiritual truth. It cannot lie indefinitely. When a woman walks in authenticity, her body mirrors integrity. There is harmony between who she is inside and how she shows up outside. This harmony reduces internal conflict, and conflict is exhausting. No internal war means no constant tension. Muscles relax. Breath deepens. Energy circulates freely. This alignment creates a natural radiance that no product can replicate. It is not manufactured, it is revealed. The body recognizes alignment and rewards it with vitality. When there is no contradiction between spirit and behavior, the system thrives. Authenticity becomes medicine. It is not about looking young. It is about being alive. Aliveness shows. It moves. It shines. And it endures. If this message found you at the exact moment you needed it, know this. It was not random. You are preserved for a reason. Your youth is not vanity. It is evidence. This is the woman of light. If this message spoke to your spirit, make sure you subscribe for more reminders of who you are and why you are different. And if you received this at the perfect time, type 11. 11 in the comments section as a signal of alignment and divine blessings. Your light is protected, and your season is just beginning. Thank you for watching.